All right, now that you guys have a good understanding of some of the examples of organic content, let's dive into the types. The first thing that all of you guys should fucking write down is that all content, especially organic content, needs to invoke an emotion. What's gonna make them stop scrolling and watch your video? Is it the dopamine hit? Is it because it pisses them off? Rage bait? Does it draw FOMO? Do they wanna be a part of this movement? What is it? So that's first things first. Next, we'll dive into Faceless specifically. So Faceless, as I mentioned before, doesn't really feature a human behind the camera, like actually filming the video, but it does feature edits, trending audios, trending styles, maybe viral hooks, viral formats. And so if you think about this in the lens of how do I grab attention, we can go through and go back through the content we went through before. For example, this video for Riz, right? This video goes through a text. So you're watching this.
I watched so many videos I've already lost count.
It's so fucking annoying. But it has so many clips in the background of cutting food, like that fucking satisfying videos. And then it has like, who the fuck is Love Maker, right? You already think to yourself, who's Love Maker? Then you're like, where's this going? Because a lot of people don't even go to the comments and be like, oh, they're plugging Riz app, right? But then it keeps going. They keep watching, like, oh my God, where's it gonna go? Where's it gonna go? I can't see the next text. I can't see the next text. Next thing you know, they get fucking plugged by Riz right fucking here. Oh, might have missed it, but we went through it earlier. I think it's right here. Oh, it's over here. I got you. Got you guys right there. All right, Riz gets plugged because they were engaged, like what's gonna happen next? Next one would be Goon Police, right? We took clips of these fucking OnlyFans girls post themselves online and rage baited guys, right? We have so many comments of guys being pissed off at us and mad at us. We have DMs from some of these girls being like, you can't use this, but we have free rights because we edited it. We're not just ripping their content. And then they understand what Quitter is. They're like, what the fuck is Quitter? What is Goon Police? They click on the link. And next thing you know, they hit our landing page to quit gooning. And so now they're aware of it. They might not have converted, right? But they'll be aware of us when they see an influencer post or organic content or ads. They're more likely to convert down the line. Now, what else is Faceless? You've got hooks. This is organic, actually. This is Faceless. We'll get back to organic. So another one, Minecraft parkour. All these videos plug Riz and show text every single day in DMs.
Are you all right? It's been so.
And so that's literally what it's doing. Then plug his Riz. And it makes it like, honestly, like this feeds into what people want because people want drama and controversy and be like, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? And then it shows that Riz is the reason that's saving the day. Riz app is the hero of that story. And I think Faceless, like, does some Faceless rip? And do I have some buddies and friends and people in the industry that we know that like make hundreds of thousands of dollars off Faceless? Yes, right? It may work for your app, it may not. We highly recommend literally trying every single distribution strategy here, test them thoroughly, and find the one that works for you. We didn't do Faceless at Quitter until probably like month 4 to month 5. Influencers is what started. Riz started with Faceless. They ripped this format and ripped views and went super viral, and they just kept doing it and changing and iterating. So I highly recommend looking up trending formats and styles, right? Look up the Riz app. There's a tool I'll give you guys at the end of this called the Social Growth Engineers, where they do case studies on these apps, right? Get into the Twitter bubble, see what people are doing and talking about. You can really become privy to what's happening, what's going viral on the internet, and then apply it for your app. But yeah, Faceless, recommend. You can use CapCut, you can edit, you can hire editors, but generally speaking, it's carousels. There are people you can hire for this, which we'll go over later on. But generally speaking, it's a rip and run strategy. Okay, UGC. Now, UGC is content made by creators. Just for your guys' sake, if you're gonna go out and find creators, right, and maybe you wanna go to like freelancing sites or you wanna go to Twitter, some of these creators in the e-commerce space think of UGC as like, I'm gonna make a video for you, get paid like $500 for you to run it as an ad. That's not the UGC we're doing. We're doing UGC where these creators post 2 to 3 times a day on a separate TikTok account that they warm up, and we'll show you how to create accounts, warm them up properly, and then you can eventually train someone to do that. But we want people to post at least 2 to 3 times a day with visual hooks, text on screen hooks, skits, etc. So when it comes to UGC, you have skits or relatable stories. This kind of goes that turbo learn approach where it was like, oh my God, my teachers will know about this. App demos is usually like a text on screen or visual hook, which I'll walk you guys through, one for Quitter, one for Raise, then goes into demo. And then another one is like the hook where it's like a huge claim. And this is best for, honestly, I think UGC can rip for conversions if you find a style that works, or you're in an industry that already has ripping styles, you can iterate on it. I never suggest fully copying anyone. I think that's retarded. However, like don't have to reinvent the wheel, and you can iterate on it for your app. How can you make it better? Transparently, which a lot of you guys probably know this, but I studied Blake and Zach's influencer marketing strategy and put our own spin to it, right? We started paying people 20% up front instead of the full contract size. We had to make custom tailored video ideas for the influencers because we didn't have one feature that would basically stop people from scrolling and download the app. So going into organic content, right? So we went through Faceless right here. Here's one. So this is an app called Conch AI. They are basically Chrome plugin for ChatGPT, but this is my buddy Jude. So he said, this is absurd, someone please help me.
E-page essay for 300 points.
That's exactly why I made this website called I really don't want to write this paper.com. Give it a prompt, add some reference sources, and add your old essay.
So keep in mind, this I don't really want to just paper.com was a viral format at the time. And so a lot of people in the space were ripping this format and getting a ton of views. So they iterated on it. But as you can see, guys, like they're posting 2 to 3 times a day on their main account, which you can do as well, or you can create separate TikToks and Instagrams, but they test everything. Like, look at all the fucking hooks they're texting. Look at all the fucking styles they're testing, people, right? And now not everything goes viral, but then next thing you know, they have up here, if I show you, they have 15 million views. That probably made them hundreds of thousands of dollars just because they were consistent and disciplined with posting. Another one, I would say, so that's Faceless, don't need that. Okay, the Raise app, right, that we talked about. So this is a visual and text on screen hook, right? It's visual because she just got out of the shower. You can see she has tan lines. And then she's saying how to get tan, and then in parentheses, if you never get tan. And then she shows the app. It's a direct plug of the app and shows how it works. And then all these girls downloaded this because like, I want to use this. And then if you look at her account, she only has 1,500 followers, but there's so many of these posts of girls. My hunch is they probably like hired a bunch of girls to film videos and they did the posting to make it easier. But like, here we go, UV9, no problem. But also like, if you guys see here, like, look, it kind of looks like she's fucking naked, right? That's a visual hook. People stop and like, what the fuck? But it shows the app. And so they keep posting 2 to 3 times a day consistently to get to work. The turbo learn, right? This was a viral strategy. You know this because when she goes through this whole thing, we don't need to listen to it again. She shows turbo learn, right? And this is like one of those fucking like crystal girls, like bullshit, whatever. But this girl has 15,000 followers now, and she's a turbo AI diva. That's like her brand because she's been posting so much. But she tried all of these styles, 14K, 13K, 121K. And the one we watch, I think, got 10 million. Yeah, right here. So she iterated on that style, and now she's iterating on more. But she doesn't rip 10 millions of views at every single video. She has to test and study. So another one is for Quitter, right? So we realized that if you have a visual hook of lotion or tissues, etc., it'll go viral. So this was one. He was caught gooning, right? Staged that. This was morning routine addicted to corn, like show the thing, show all the visual hooks, and then what happens? Most guys have fucking post-nut clarity. I hate lust, right? POV, this is you after work. But we test so many fucking styles. Like, we have to test everything to see if it'll work. Perfect. All right. That is UGC, right? I would make sure you guys understand you want to post 2 to 3 times a day on your account after you warm it up. You usually warm up your account for 4 days roughly by acting like a real user, and we'll have a very extensive walkthrough on how you can do that. But generally speaking, like, look at what other apps are doing in the space. See what's working and how can you iterate it for your own app. That is probably the best advice I can give anyone if they're looking to go viral and organic, right? Because people will tell you, oh, I can do it for you. You can hire an agency, but none of that stuff generally works. I would just say find out what works for you. You guys try it yourself, rip it, and then eventually you can start hiring people to do it. Now, if you have the cash to hire someone, there are a bunch of resources we'll be giving at the end of distribution on who you can hire, what we recommend, and I guess best thoughts to go about doing it. I lost the word in my head. Apologize. But okay, Reddit. So we didn't go over Reddit case studies because I think Reddit is very niche, but it can work well. When we started Quitter, the first things we were doing was Reddit. And so just realize with Reddit, guys, is a lot of your accounts will get banned. A lot of the times you'll get kicked out of these subreddits because they're going to realize that you're pushing these apps and they don't want shit pushed. Like there's very strong Reddit communities. But the purpose of Reddit is to do storytelling posts where you build this like hitting rock bottom. The app is the hero and you found it and you make it very organic. So it seems like someone just randomly posted about it and you're not like hard pushing and hard selling your app. I would say for like a week or two, just talk in communities as a normal person, don't even push the app. You can also go on some sites and buy Reddit accounts with existing karma. So generally I was struggling with blank until I tried this. That can generally be too pushy, but if you build this into a story, you're good. And guess what? You can use AI to help you out. Like don't make this harder than it has to be. And so for example, this is one that we had to go viral for Quitter, right? So, not sure when it became controversial to say this, but maybe it always was, but porn has absolutely warped how people see love, sex, and relationships. Keep in mind, this is a sex, gender, and dating subreddit. Doesn't matter that it's been around forever, so have a lot of things we've rightly left behind. No one who's built anything meaningful, a legacy. See, this also looks like it's written by an idiot, and I think we did that on purpose because I can't even fucking read it. But it comes down to, for me, the longer I stayed away from it, the more obviously it became porn is mental junk food, zero ROI. And then we edited it, and if it's of any help to someone, I personally use Quitter, right? So they plug Quitter at the end. This is about being a Christian with severe porn. And he edited it, said found this app. So we posted it, it ripped views, and then we edited it. You want to come in here? Why are a lot of Christian men? Alex is going to come in and say what's up. Mr. Slazer himself. We're going over our Quitter Reddit high level. Why a lot of Christian men falling to porn. And then we edit it after it rips views and say that Quitter is what helps them. And so it became super organic. A lot of the moderators wouldn't get rid of this and then would rip fucking engagement, and then we'd edit Quitter in there and it would stay. Last one we're gonna go over is X, right? So previously Twitter. So X is fun because it can be cheap and really effective if you put a lot of shots up. So you really want memes and data threads. Those are the biggest ones. So like a meme, for example, would be right here. So one meme is like anti-porn Quitter contributes saying Lil Tay's account getting banned for child safety. This was July 25th. So like Lil Tay was like basically saying, hey, I'm gonna drop OnlyFans. And we always would banter with her on Twitter and be like, you shouldn't drop an OnlyFans X, Y, and Z. And then I'm pretty sure paid this person to post this. We did anti-corn app, right? Porn. Quitter seeks to buy OnlyFans, shut down. I got 125K. We said J. Cole's downloaded Quitter. We paid all of these accounts generally like a couple $100 to post this. So here's the biggest one that everyone saw. Anti-porn app, Quitter seeks to buy OnlyFans and shut it down. This got 11 million fucking impressions. This guy probably brought in like $100,000 to $200,000 over the course of a week off of this alone. And then we put the link here. It got almost 1 million impressions. Now, this went super viral. People to this day are always like, yo, you guys gonna buy OnlyFans? It's like, yeah, I have a cool 5 billion laying around. And some people think we're real. And I'm like, you're an idiot. But what I would say is, dude, people know this, but we paid this account like $100 because he posts like 20 times a day. What he's doing is charging $50 to $100 per Twitter thread or Twitter post. And we know that he already has followers. And so he is more likely to go viral. Another one I would say and show is like this. So we paid this masculine page, right, to do a thread on us. And what they did was show that porn is the worst drug for young men and here's why. And people tend to read this stuff. And it goes through like clips of what it does, how it affects you, and then eventually goes like, do you want to quit porn? Here's Quitter. And so you're only paying a couple $100 for this stuff, and you can also apply the same view guarantee model to it. So you're putting a lot of shots on net for Twitter, X, and what this will do is build authority and reach, and drive conversions. At the end of the day, like the more people that have seen your app, understand your app, and know what it is, are likely to convert on the next push, right? So if you have someone that sees it 5 or 6 times, they have downloaded, on that 7th, 8th, 9th time they've seen it, they're like, all right, like, I need to download this. Or we realized with Quitter, people tend to, young men specifically, tend to download our app at night because they probably just jerked off. They post on Clarity, I have to delete this thing and get off this. What can I do to help? They know Quitter. So generally speaking, right, understand that each piece of organic content has its own role in the funnel. However, you guys should know that there is a chance that it could be the main role. So Faceless generally, like we use Faceless as awareness, right, and hit volume. Does it drive downloads? Yes, but you need more shots on net with that. You have to post a ton more volume than, for example, influencers. Influencers, one post could drive a ton of value. Like our Faceless video for Quitter. I think I showed you guys this. If I go to Quitter, Quitter. So this reel that we posted, we post a lot of these, right? We have a lot of these different style things we're just testing around. This one that got 2 million views because it was like, or 1.2 million views for your how much you goon. I honestly don't think it's converted a lot, but guess what? People know what Quitter is. People are fucking commenting out the wazoo and liking this thing. It's hilarious. And they're like, what's Quitter? And then they'll see an influencer post or they'll see an organic post and then convert. And so Faceless generally is good for awareness. And from there, you will drive downloads. UGC, I think, is fucking amazing, especially if you can crack it for your industry, because it's real people doing it and people trust real people. Reddit, I think, is when you're starting off, it's great, it's gritty, it's story-driven. You can get your first couple $1,000 or $10,000 months from it, especially if you can find the right subreddits. X as well, it's something that's on the cheaper end, but you really have to understand the algorithm in your industry and how to invoke an emotion. If you can pull an emotion out of Reddit and X, you will win those games. Like, fuck it, actually, if you can pull an emotion out of Faceless, UGC, Reddit, and X, you will win, right? Think about what do you want the viewer to feel, what's gonna stop them from scrolling, make them read your content, and build trust with you. So